When I played high school football, my dad had always showed up to every single one of my games. And at that time, he was dealing with his health stuff, with diabetes and stuff, but he would make it a priority. My dad was a drummer, and that's kind of how I learned the drums, was just watching him. So my dad's health, there was a lot of complications around 2018. He had gotten really sick at that time. There was just one point where I said, hey, I'm gonna take you to the doctor. Like, I don't care what you say, like, we're going. And that's when he was officially diagnosed with end-stage renal disease, meaning that his kidneys had lost function completely. He had to go through dialysis 3 times a week. He didn't want to close up his shop or anything like that, so he would wake up around 3 or 4 a.m. every other day to go receive dialysis. What we didn't know is that all of his dialysis people around him, his group of friends that he made, slowly each of them were passing away. So it was very clear that he was losing hope. It was at that point where I said, God, I don't know what to do, but it sounds like he needs a kidney, like right now. In 2018, when we had gotten the diagnosis, the doctors were refusing testing us because they said, there's no point. It's a waste of time. You guys are considered high risk due to the genetic nature of your family. It's not worth it, so don't even try. What made me get tested was just this nudge in my heart, in my mind. And then at Soul City, we did prayer hall in the auditorium, and I felt a very strong nudge to go and get prayed for by Mark Emery.
He said, yeah, I'm thinking of donating my kidney to my father. And I kind of thought he knew my history. And I said to him, you do know I've only got one kidney? And he looked at me. He said, I didn't know that. I said, what's the chances of you asking the one guy in the in the church who's got one kidney to pray for him? And so it was like, wow.
I was just like, okay, all right, like, I'll go get tested. That week I scheduled it. We drew the blood. I did the scan. The doctor's exact words were, your kidney is a perfect match. And they said very clearly, there's no risk for you. Like, if you want to do it, it's a perfect match. You should do it. I think I prayed about it for a whole 30 minutes, and I was just like, we're gonna do it. I remember sitting him down, and I said, Dad, like, I am a perfect match to give you a kidney. I mean, obviously his first initial reaction was just tears, and he's like, why would you do that? But I said, for everything that you've done for me in my life, like, this feels like such a small sacrifice. The transplant itself went phenomenal. He was able to just be at home every single day, and I think he just enjoyed that and loved that. About 4 or 5 weeks post-surgery, unfortunately, he had developed a pretty severe and very rare life-threatening infection. It was extremely invasive surgery. The doctor said that the chance of survival from this is very low. We spent, I think it was over 30 or 40 days in the hospital with all odds against him. Fortunately, he did beat the infection completely, and by the grace of God, it just left the doctors completely shocked. Overall, we're just so thankful for life in itself. Man, I can't thank Soul City enough, the people of Soul City. They just instilled so much confidence in me, saying that everything's gonna be okay. Like, we're gonna walk through this together. Like, I got you. Just hearing that term greater things, I'm just like, man, what would it look like for my dad to experience even more healing than that? For him to be better than what he's ever been in terms of his health. My hope is that the transformation that is being experienced in the West Loop of Chicago, that it starts to become a global mission, and that Soul City would really ignite just a new revival. I just know that if people can invest a little bit of time and energy into attending Soul City, they'll quickly experience that transformation that I did.